Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Star Wars Black Series Migs Mayfeld from Mandalorian Season 1. Now this is our second Migs Mayfeld figure that we are getting in the Black Series line. It is the second one that we are also getting this year. We got the first one in the first kind of quarter of 2022. Some places I think got it at the very end of 2021, but this is the design that we've all been wanting. Yes, that was a cool figure. It did have some inaccuracies, but this one is very, very cool. So without further ado, I do have a lot to say about this figure. Let's just get into the Migs Mayfeld review. So before we go over the figure, I want to start off with the box here. First, it is in the Galaxy packaging standard box. It is the final wave with the plastic packaging, which is very sad, but you know, I've kind of already gotten used to it and accepted it because we've had it for what, like 3-4 months now. But regardless, this box is very, very, very nice. The side image is especially nice here with the Mando and Migs just running in the New Republic hallway on that prison ship. His bio reads, Migs Mayfeld, a hot-headed ex-Imperial sharpshooter. Migs Mayfeld was once the smart-mouthed leader of a gang of criminals. He is number 27 in the line, and he is next to Grogu and the Dark Trooper. Let's put the box to the side there, and let's focus on this figure. There is so much to look over on this figure. I honestly don't even know where to start. I guess the first thing I'll start off with is the accessories. He's included with 4 of these pistols. They are all exactly the same. 2 of them can holster into his upper torso up here, and they are removable. And the other 2 go into his leg holsters, which do have a strap around them so you can actually secure them in. They do look a little bit too big for the guns, but they work perfectly fine for them nonetheless. And then you also do get his iconic backpack, which honestly is a really good idea. And I feel like more Star Wars characters would have thought of this by now and would have thought to use this because, hey, you can just have it. Someone's got your back. It can turn around and it's on this arm and it goes all over the place. It can't go look to the side or anything, but as far as that range goes, that is very, very good. And it kind of does look like a stormtrooper backpack or something along the lines. I mean, he was a sharpshooter for the Empire, so I assume he's worn trooper disguise before. Maybe that is something from his past costume, but I doubt it. This seems too advanced for that to be the case. But you can kind of just fold it down there if you don't want to use it and just have it poking out there on the side. Now, the head sculpt on this figure is very, very good in my opinion. It is, I believe, the exact same as the prior version. However, it does seem a little bit updated here, as you can see. This one is very, very shiny, and it did have to have the helmet go on top, which I don't think changes anything because, yeah, you can do the same thing right there. But this is just more accurate, in my opinion, everything about it. The 2 lines up there, I don't know if there's supposed to be scars or just forehead lines, but I guess it's the same over here. They just look a little off. I feel like they should be more in the middle, but that might just be me. But yeah, that is an excellent Bill Burr likeness. Let's put that figure to the side. This likeness here is absolutely phenomenal. The beard looks great. Nothing about it is, you know, too crazy. It just does the job perfectly, in my opinion. I couldn't have asked for anything better, but let me know in the comments if you think this head sculpt is as good as I say. Now, for the rest of the figure, like I said, it is an entirely new sculpt, which nowadays means it's going to be an amazing figure, and I have to say that is the case. Everything about it here is just absolutely amazing. Hasbro really put in so much effort into this. I do have to say, this is kind of an odd gripe, but I feel like they could have waited to do this figure like a year. We did just get technically Bill Burr, but we just got the first Migs Mayfeld figure earlier this year. If anything, I wish we would have got this first and they would have waited on that one, so we would have got the proper, accurate design, but we got this one in the same year as well. I just think they could have spread it out a little bit more, but anyway, that's just a really kind of irrelevant gripe. I still absolutely love this piece, and I'm very happy to have it, especially with that Q90. Now, back to the actual sculpt of the figure. You can see all these lines on the front, and I did watch, I believe, Fwoosh's video, and he did point out that the lines kind of just cut off going into the back, and I don't know if that is technically accurate. I assume it is, but it just seems odd to me if that's the case or not. Now, for the rest of the figure, let's go to the pants here. It uses this interesting kind of grayish color, but there's a little bit of blue in there. in my opinion. And then you can see his little pockets on the back there. Single jointed knees look great. And then this signature pattern that I feel is on, or who said it? Someone said, it might have been the Foosh, but I watched his video the other day and he said that this is a fairly common texture on a bunch of Black Series figures in the Mandalorian era, which I do agree with, especially with the armor. The feet look great, but other than that, I don't really think there's too much more to go over. This, I didn't mention, but it is kind of an overlay piece, so on paper, you could remove it if you cut it or something, but it is just a separate piece, keep in mind. But other than that, I think that is all I have to say about the sculpt and the basics of the figure, so let's get into Migs Mayfeld's articulation. Whoa. So the articulation on this Migs Mayfeld figure is surprisingly really, really good. It is way better than I was expecting, but hey, Hasbro's kind of on the ball with all their new sculpts. Anyway, the head does go up that much. It goes down side, full 360. You also do get that extra neck joint, which does make the head articulation move a lot more. Look at that. That is just crazy. He just snapped his neck. But very good movement on the head. The arms do go out that much. There is a butterfly joint in there, which does have a decent amount of range. Nothing to write home about, but still a butterfly joint nonetheless. Full 360, single jointed elbows, which go in a little more than 90. They do rotate, and then both pairs of hands are on a vertical hinge, so they go up, down, and full 360. The ab crunch goes forward that much and isn't really hindered by this. I think it's just the nature and the sculpt of the actual ab crunch that hinders it. This doesn't really get in the way of anything. It does go back that much. Tilt to the side. You technically could go full 360, but just because of this piece, you can't, and that'll just probably stretch it out and make it worse, but it still works, and you do get a decent amount of range there in the torso. And then for the legs, there is no waist swivel, but the legs do kick forward that much. Back splits, upper thigh. Ooh, cut. Single jointed knees that also do rotate, and the ankles go up that much, which is just crazy to me. Look at that movement. That is like probably ankle pivot of the year. So it goes up that much, down, wow, and great ankle rocker pivot. So yeah, great articulation overall, but especially the ankle pivot is just something just extraordinary. Let's get on to the comparisons now. So for comparisons here, we have the Migs Mayfeld Season 1 design next to the previous Season 2 design that we got this year. Similar heights. I do have to say this one is a little bit taller. That might just be that his legs are a little bit stretched out. And then, of course, we have him next to the Mando. I do compare, I feel like, all my Mandalorian figures next to the Snowy Mando. I do think right now in my collection it is the best Black Series Mando, just the color and the updated knee pauldron or leg pauldron. I'm debating on getting that Ahsoka 2-pack. I don't know if I need that. I think I'm just going to wait for the Book of Boba Fett Mandalorian to come out because that one's supposed to be updated and everything. So I think I'll just wait for that to be my common main Mandalorian now. But let's get on to the next comparisons. And I don't have too many, but here we do have Q90, of course, and the New Republic security droid. So pretty cool that Hasbro is also giving us a lot of Season 1 figures, and especially from this episode, I believe it was episode 6. Now I just want the rest of the team. I feel like that would look really, really cool, all of them together. But even just these two, for now, I think they go really well together, and they had an interesting dynamic in the team. He was kind of the leader, and he was like the badass C-3PO. So hey, if we didn't get any of the others, I'm okay, because these two, to be fair, are probably my two favorite members. But if I'm being honest, that is all I have for comparisons. So let's get on to my final thoughts. No. So for my final thoughts on this figure, I absolutely love this thing. I am completely amazed with everything about this. Completely exceeds my expectations, and I really don't think the camera does it justice. This is just way better in person. Now, if you do have that previous Migs Mayfeld figure, I still would recommend this because you can just make it the trooper version and put it on the display, and it's a complete different figure. And if you don't have it, don't bother even getting this one and just go for this, because I can't recommend this enough. I think Hasbro really knocked it out of the park, and I love that they put this Hive quality into such, B, C level characters, which, that's Star Wars. That's what I like about the line. But overall, I think I'm going to have to give this figure a 9.7 out of 10. I can't really think of anything wrong with it, but I'm sure there's something. 10 out of 10, that's cheap. There has to be something minor about it. I only give 10 out of 10 to very few figures, but yes, this is just an amazing piece, and you will not be disappointed about it whatsoever. But as always, please let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. Do you think I like it too much? Do you think it is a bad figure? Have you got it? Have you not? Are you going to get it? Just your whole thoughts down there, and I will respond as always. But until my next video, thank you guys so much for watching. We hit 1,000 subscribers. I will have a 1,000 subscriber video coming out here in the next couple of days. I'm just working on it. But until then, I'm just going to keep pushing out the videos as normal. But yeah, thank you guys so much for getting me to that milestone. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I guess I will see you tomorrow. Get that blaster out of my face, Mando. Bye, guys.